Hello, this is Josh from Advanced Camping, bringing you another video tour. This one of a nicely pre-owned 2019 Travato KL. The L is of course going to stand for lithium. So this is a lithium ion powered model. So in other words, for air conditioning or any of your convection microwaving, any of your power usage is going to come from a very large bank of lithium batteries. So you'll easily be able to run the air conditioner overnight. Then there is an automatic start with an in-engine generator. So the easiest way to understand it is it's essentially a second large alternator in the engine that's high capacity and is designed strictly to recharge those lithium batteries very quickly. So with that automatic start, that's going to help maintain and charge up your lithium batteries when they eventually do run low. We have quite a lot of lithium power in one of these KLs, though. I would say probably the most, or one of the most in production right now. So a ton of power at your disposal. When you drive off to a different place, then it's the same thing as charging those batteries right back up. As when you're driving, that's recharging your lithium batteries very quickly. As essentially the more RPMs that you're running, like let's say you're driving on the freeway, you have a higher RPM, so that's going to charge the batteries even faster. But you should have quite a long period of air conditioner usage or any 110 power type usage. Really, if you're not running the air, I don't think there's a situation where you could run out of batteries with this. Be pretty darn hard anyway. If you're running the air, it really depends on how hot it is. It's really hard to say exactly how long. Many hours would be the correct answer. How many hours depends on how hot it is outside, how humid it is, all those types of things. As the air conditioner does turn on and off, just like your house. So kind of depends, but it is a really cool system to have. So if you want to be off the grid, this is the thing for you. As you could be anywhere and have 110 power for anything you want. You have solar panels on the roof that will trickle charge the lithium batteries as well without really thinking about it. And then of course you have the automatic start where it'll start up the engine when the batteries run low to keep those batteries charged up. So it's sort of a self-regenerating system, if you will. So you kind of set that up. If you have pets, it's perfect for that. They can be in here, and then you don't have any generator noise. Is really what they're trying to get around, and really where kind of Class B motorhomes have been going for a long time, away from the standard generator and into battery systems, including, of course, lithium battery systems. And this is, of course, going to be sort of your flagship if you're looking at lithium power. These KLs have an enormous amount of automotive-grade lithium-ion batteries at their disposal. So let's take a look at some of the other features we have on our 2019 Winnebago Travato KL. We're going to have a power awning here, nice power awning. Let's see, we'll have nice running boards here on both sides, on the driver's side as well. You've got the screens for the rear and the side here as well. So you'll get a nice cross breeze from that. Coming back here, there's actually outside outlets, and there's porting for a few things. One, if you want to put a TV out here, you can do that. So that's kind of cool. Maybe you use it, maybe you don't. But it is underneath your awning, so you can hook up a TV. The other thing we're going to see right here is if you actually wanted to hook it up to more solar. So there's 200 watts of solar on the roof. The solar charger can take up to 500 watts. So if you wanted to bring like a portable panel along, you could do that, plug it in there, and have more solar. If that's something you really wanted to do, you could do it. And I like this. I wish they still kind of did this. It's kind of cool, I think. You have the outside speakers. I'm just kind of a sucker for outside speakers. That's all personal taste, personal preference, but I just think it's cool. There's kind of like this little rear entertainment center where you can put a TV, all underneath the awning, and outside speakers and lighting, and you know, it just kind of adds to it for me anyway. And on the back here, this is pretty cool. So this is gonna have a swing away spare tire, which is kind of interesting. This is an aftermarket piece. So this spare tire here swings away, so you can open up the back doors real easily. That's what that big red cotter pin is for. And there's additional hitching options if you still wanted to hook up like another bike rack or something like that. You could do so while still having the spare tire. So pretty interesting little gizmo here. It does come with the van, so yeah, nice to have a spare tire, because you don't normally get a spare tire with any new motorhome, Class B motorhome or otherwise, and this gives it to you in spades for sure. You can, of course, remove it too and just have the standard hitch. I don't know if you can see that right there, but that is going to be your quick connect for your propane. So if you want to hook up a gas grill or something and have that work underneath the awning, you can go ahead and do that as well. And we're going to have a ladder, and it's going to have a roof rack. Now, limited uses for that roof rack, I'll be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot going on up on the roof there. You got solar panels, you got vents, air conditioners, lot of stuff. So realistically, you know, the one thing I could see really kind of working is if you had real long kayaks. I've seen people with like sea kayaks and stuff like that want to take those along. They do make mounts and stuff for those that'll kind of cant off to the side a little bit. So that's kind of cool. I could see a use for that, but there's really no room for like luggage racks or anything like that up there. It's just too full. So, you know, nice to have, but yeah, I guess I wouldn't plan on using it too much. But it is nice to be able to get up there if you want to, say, clean the solar panels or check on something, or just be on top of your van to see the sights or watch fireworks or whatever you want to do. So that is kind of nice to have as well. Okay, and we have a 4-season coach here. So it's going to have heated holding tanks, which is a really nice touch. So you can really go anywhere, any time of the year. The front wheel drive is going to kind of add to that. You know, so you're going to be very good in poor traction. You could take this on a ski trip if you wanted to, and have the whole time could be below freezing temperatures, and your water would all work perfectly. That is not the case with most other Class Bs. So that's going to be a nice touch here. This is kind of an underrated little guy here, the black tank flush. So what that is you can attach your hose. Don't mistake that for the city water fill, as otherwise you'll have a fountain of not so nice stuff inside. But what it does do is jet out the contents of your black tank, so the sensors work nicely, keeps smells down, you know, just keeps it cleaner. So that is nice to have. Just be sure you have your black valve open when you attach water to it, or it won't be pretty. You have your Truma combi system here, which will be your ducted heat and your hot water. Sort of a smart system, so it uses just as much propane as it needs to. Sort of a cylinder-based system, so if it just needs to maintain temperature, for instance, you know, it'll just run on one cylinder, thus saving you propane. So it's a real nice system. They've become pretty commonplace now, so, you know, easy to get repair parts. It's not going to be something real exotic or real tricky to get replacement pieces for. Always a nice thing. We'll have our tank fill, city water fill here. Place for us to store our sewer hose in there. And we're going to have our 30 amp hookup here. And that's cable TV hookup right next to it. So if you are at a KOA campground, for instance, they'll have cable TV for a few bucks extra. So you could do that. And we have the fill for the propane tank. Propane tank's going to be for our heat and hot water on this one. So yeah, I believe the stove as well, if I'm not mistaken. But everything is in like flawless condition on this thing. So You know, we get a lot of out-of-state people buying these, so, you know, believe me, I would tell you right now if there was something that I saw that, you know, I should mention, that you should know. I've gone through it all. We're going to go through it all, and it's all very, very clean. There's nothing wrong with it at all, you know, so it's in very, very good condition. So take a look inside our 2019 Travato KL here. So you have a nice grab handle here for entry, and also it's kind of like an airplane where it's got this pull-out thing here. I can't do it because that's not swiveled around, but those two front seats will swivel around, of course, and sort of creates a nice little lounge area. You can watch TV, which is right back here. You could do some work. You could do anything you want to do. But yeah, this table is going to be for the passenger. Passenger can swivel all the way around. Driver, I think, can swivel most of the way around. I don't know if completely it will do a 180. But yeah, there is a pull-out thing for the driver as well. Pull-out counter space. And then you have actual counter space on the driver's side as well. One nice thing on the KL, or the K for that matter, convection microwave, so it'll bake as well as microwave as well as grill. So pretty handy thing to have in a motorhome, as you want to be able to do all those things, and this one does it all, and will run right off your lithium battery system, so you don't even have to really think twice about it. You simply just turn it on and it works. That's the nice thing about it, having the lithium models here, or the battery powered models. Everything just works the way you think it should work. You don't have to think about starting a generator or maintaining a generator or whatever. You simply turn the batteries on. There's one big green button for that. You can't miss it. I'll show it to you in a second. And that's it. Everything will then work just the way you think it should work. So we'll have our refrigerator right down here. Counter space. It's nice that they recess both of these, so it gives you more counter space if needed. We've got our 2-burner stove here, propane, and our sink. There's going to be a ton of attachments in here for like doing dishes or cooking. It's like a ton of stuff that comes in there. It's kind of interesting. You know, if you have time, just go through all that stuff. There's like a ton of cool stuff in there. But let's see. Yeah, we have some little grease splash guard here so as to not damage the wood, or I think it's really actually more of a heat shield, so it doesn't warp the wood. Beautiful woodwork in here though. Absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna have great storage up above here, up above both sides, and air conditioner is going to be right there. Of course, the K is known for its twin bed setup. There are 2 seat belts over on that side, and the beds on the far end there, they will ratchet up, similar to like a pool lounger, you know what I mean, where it'll kind of ratchet to whatever height you want. So that's kind of cool. There's reading lights back there as well. So if you're reading a book or something, you could have your head sort of rested up while reading. Very cool. Or watching TV. More my pastime. So with this, you know, it's got a big arm on it, so it can swing around this way, and you know, work really well. It has a TV antenna for local channels, and you know, then you do have a player up here that will sort of play, I think, DVDs. I would say 90% sure it'll run DVDs. I'm just looking disc. I wish it kind of said DVDs. It looks like it though. Then again, probably most of you guys are streaming by now, so you know, you could just stick a Roku stick or a Fire Stick or Apple TV, whatever your poison is, and stick it in the back there, and it'll work just fine. So that's always a nice thing to have as well. But it is a nice sound system, Jensen sound system for the inside and outside. So we have our Volta battery system here. This is kind of what I was referring to. They make it really, really easy. It's just one button push, turns everything on. So I could, right now, I mean, I just hit that button. I could turn the air conditioner on, leave that on for many hours. I could, you know, microwave something. I could plug in a laptop somewhere and, you know, have that. So yeah, it's nice to not have to really think about the power. Definitely nice. So air conditioner there, talked about that. Coming to the rear here. Here we have our very advanced control panel here. I do go through all this with you. So you can, the one nice thing is you can turn the propane on and off right back here without having to go underneath the coach. It's really not so bad once you kind of get the hang of it. You kind of forget about this one for the most part. Forget about this one for the most part. You turn your propane on here. You turn, if you want 4-season capability, you turn that on. So then that's really just leaving you this, and then light switches. So really not too bad, not too complicated. And you can check your tank levels, turn your water pump on here. Your truma is going to be how you turn your water heater on, how you turn your furnace on, what temperature you want to set the furnace. What's also nice about the truma system, we talked about that it's kind of a smart system, but you can actually mix as well. What I mean by mixing power sources is you can have it run on both 110 electric if you're plugged in, for instance, and use their electricity. And if you want sort of maximum capacity, you can have it use both propane and 110 power, which is really quite cool. So that way you're not using so much of your own propane, but you're still getting real quick recharges. So yeah, there's different blends and mixes and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Great rear bathroom here. I'm talking tons of elbow room. Bigger guy like me, gotta love it. Absolutely wonderful amount of space back here. It does not really get any bigger as far as I'm concerned. Coming back here, we have a porcelain bowl foot flush toilet. Gonna try and show that to you here. Mowing faucet, and then I love this. It's kind of like a little airplane thing, kind of a hidden little sink. Absolutely great idea. Someone was using their noggin there, absolutely. Those these back things do have, of course, magnetic shields, so nobody sees. And you've got a little, sort of like a little apartment lock there. So sort of just in case somebody had a key fob and opened it up, there is sort of a manual locking mechanism so no one gets in. Always a good thing, right? Okay, and then we have pretty good storage back here too. Great hanging storage here, real tall. Nice glossy cabinetry. It is treated for water too, so if water gets on it, it's totally fine. That's part of that glaze that you're seeing here. And then we're gonna have, yeah, nice drawers beneath. Bamboo treated wood for your feet. Nothing but the best. They even made a special paper or toilet paper holder. So when you open it, it kind of dispenses you a certain amount of toilet paper. And then you can take from that, of course. Then when you close it, it sort of goes back in there. So when it does get wet back here, no toilet paper is exposed. Very cool. And then there is a vent for venting out moisture. Very nice. There's also another big vent that's going to be great for venting moisture, but also for cooling. So let me pan around here. Be kind of a quick pan. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay. So yes, this is what I'm referring to. This is your max air vent. So you'll have a little remote for this, and that moves a ton of air. Kind of creates a vacuum in here. So anywhere where you open up a window, even if it's in the back, and turn that on, it sucks air through and creates really an amazing cross breeze, way more than you might think. Especially if you have both the rear and side screen kits, maybe a few windows open, turn that thing on. The vast majority of the time, you won't need air conditioning. It really does cool that well. So that's one of the most underrated appliances that is on here. Often gets overlooked, but it really does most of the cooling and is incredibly energy efficient, as you don't have to use the air conditioner, and fans are just relatively energy efficient anyway. So up in the cockpit here, we are going to have the ultra leather seats. Very nice, very plush, very soft. They don't get sticky when it's hot and humid. I can attest to that right now, as it is hot and humid, and they aren't sticky, so that is nice. Sort of a breathable leather type material. Pleasureway uses ultra leather, and also Winnebago does as well. So it's a commonly used fabric in the industry. As it's tough, it's durable, it's breathable, doesn't get sticky, and it's also very soft. So nice setup. And you'll have GPS navigation on board, everything you kind of expect there. Bluetooth your phone into it. Yeah, you're going to get around 17 to 20 miles to the gallon here with your 3.6 V6 Ram. Excellent engines, just wonderfully reliable. In my opinion, the most reliable. That is always subjective. But I just love these Rams. I just think they are just the most reliable vans in the world, and they give you a lot of width and plenty of room. And you know, the nice thing is they still fit in a normal parking space, even the full-size ones, the one we're standing in right now. So yeah, they're kind of my faves, but let's see what you guys think. So let me know. My name's Josh, so please do ask for me if you're interested in this van or any of the other vans that we carry. You can reach me here at 414-281-6330. Please do ask for me if you would be so kind. Thank you. And please do check out our website for current availability and pricing, as everything's going really quick right now. I know you'd expect me to say that, but it's true. And the website, of course, will be right on your screen, but it's advancedcamping.com. If you like this video and want to see more, please do feel free to subscribe. And thanks again, and have a wonderful day.